So again, the thing that you need to remember is that fact, you're going to have to know that a liter is 1,000 milliliters, a kilogram is 1,000 grams, okay? So let's look at this example. It says that 4 kilograms of chicken costs $9.80. 5 kilograms of chicken costs $11.15, which is cheaper. You always do the unit price. It is always, and you can make yourself a little note, it is always the cost divided by the quantity. We talked about that yesterday. It is always the cost divided by the quantity. If you do it opposite, you're going to get it wrong. Okay? So look what they did. They did the cost of the 4 kilogram chicken, $9.80, divided by 4. So that means that they were charging us $2.45 per kilogram. And then they did it again for the 5 kilograms of chicken, and they were charging you $2.23. And so the one that's cheaper is the one that is less per kilogram. Now, here's the thing you got to remember, though. Are you going to use 5 kilograms of chicken versus 4 kilograms? I don't know what they're feeding. That's like over 8 pounds and over 10 pounds, but that's a different story. But and then, example 2, look what they're doing. They are using milliliters. Now, they converted, but as long as the units match, you can use milliliters the way that it sits, okay? So I want to do one together that has some of those weird metrics. So go down to the bottom and, make yourself some yeah, that's what we're going to talk about, okay? So in 1, 2, and 3, the units match. Cartons, they both match. 6 of them, 12 of them. Kilograms. The first one we get to, thank you, is number 4, where they don't match, okay? So up above, what I would do for number 4 is I would change the kilogram to match the gram. So this is 1,000 grams. Because it said it right on the paper. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So this is really 1,000 for $5.59. Now, here's where rounding isn't necessary. We just need to see maybe the first 4 digits that your calculator shows. Exactly what your calculator shows, just write it down. Okay, here we go. So this one, we're going to do 388 divided by 500. Cost divided by quantity. And so it's going to be a really weird decimal. So let's take that decimal out. Exactly what my calculator shows me, 0.00776. Now here's why rounding isn't necessarily a good thing for this one, is because, yes, it's 1 penny, but if the other one rounds to the same thing, we don't have a good comparison, okay? So now we're going to do 559 divided by 1,000. We're just going to show what the calculator reads for these unit prices, only when you're comparing them, okay? So 559 divided by 1,000 technically just moves that decimal over, and we get 0.00559. So if we would have rounded, they both round to a penny per gram. So it's not helpful if we just see that. But look, by showing them one above the other, which number is bigger? The first one, is the first one bigger or the second one bigger? Is A bigger or B? A is a bigger number. You can clearly see that 776 is bigger than 559. Look at the decimals. They line up perfectly. The zeros line up. Then the 7 and the 5, the 7's bigger. We want the one that is the better value. Better value means it's cheaper for us. So we want the smaller one. So you would put a little, if it lets me, you would put a little check mark there. Okay. So the smaller value is what you want. So these ones you don't have to round, because we want to do a comparison. For 6, can somebody tell me what conversion I would use so that I can compare them? What would I do for number 6? Yes?
Is it 1 liter to 1,000 milliliters?
Exactly. Earlier I told you to write down on the top of your paper that a liter was 1,000 milliliters. So take this out, put 1,000. And then do your division. Always price divided by quantity. And then write down what you get, and then put a little X or a little check mark next to the one that's cheaper, okay? So that is your job. It's a very quick lesson today. We're just doing this page and only this page, so make up a little chart for yourself. And then please go into Google Classroom. Make sure you've turned in 6, 7, 8, 9 from Monday and Tuesday. We do have a quiz over this stuff on Friday, so if there's anything you have questions about, make sure you're asking. Raise your hand, I'll come to you, or come to me, okay?